Hello, it's Saturday afternoon, this is Bug Jam and it's done nothing but piss down all day. Not a thing has turned a wheel today. Fortunately, we're here in the pits of MPH Racing with Mr. Mark Sheridan. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And this is the 71 Cuda that is, I think, seriously about to shake things up in Street Eliminator.
Well,
It is to be hoped.
we've had a tough couple of seasons, but we seem to be getting a bit of a handle on it now. So,
Yeah, I'm guessing this isn't your first race car then.
I've owned this car since '85.
85? My
Yeah.
God, I didn't realise it was... Oh, okay. So has it been a progression to this point, or was it always a sort of a...
No, it was I bought it as a stock car, then which had a 383 in it, a
Yeah.
2-barrel. Then we ran a B1 400 block 547 cube. Then got bored with it a while, sat in the garage. I was a born again biker again, so I
All right.
into motorbikes again, and then I came back out, redone with myself and Paul. We built our own tube chassis bit by bit. Andy Robinson did the back half, and then we converted to a 1471 blown Hemi.
Right.
Then a little while after that, maybe 3 or 4 years after that, we went to twin turbo, which was when I had a Keith Black engine in it. Then I decided I want to go faster, so then it went to Andy Robinson and it had a full tube chassis done.
Yeah.
And we switched power plants to a Noonan Hemi, a water block, different gearbox, turbo 400, and a Mark Williams 9-inch rear.
Wow. So that is quite a progression. So
Yeah. This build probably took, including Andy's working out, probably 3 years, 3.5 years to do this.
That's not too bad in the big picture. So definitely a Mopar man then.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
That said, I just bought a 55 Chevy, so
I saw that. That's a beauty as well. Yeah, because this is a magnificent thing. So has it always been street legal?
no. At one time it was track only,
Right.
and then I decided to put it back on I wanted to go on the road, and to go back to the road legal route.
Fantastic stuff. And so, do describe what's here. We clearly stuck with the Hemi.
So that's a Noonan billet block, Noonan heads manifold, twin 98 precision turbos, Barnes dry sump, intercooled,
Yeah.
2 1000 intercooler cores, and ice tank in the rear, so we just pump it to the front. As I said, all the chassis work is all done by Andy Robinson, as is the all the turbo ducting, pipe work, exhausts.
Yeah.
Wiring was done by Kevin at KSV Looms, and all the Motec was all supplied to me by Shane T. He set up all the programs. It's Shane's M1 management system.
Right.
So it's bespoke to him, and he's been a big help to me.
Cool stuff.
I'd be lost without him, to be honest. So it's Motec dash. I think we're powered up. Maybe we've got the battery on charge.
No, so is the master off, but
yeah. What can I say? So it's a turbo 400 2-speed, built by Andy Frost. I've been using these boxes now for, I don't know, 7-8 years.
oh right,
Yep.
okay.
So he's another good help to me. All the fabrication, bracket work, and everything is between myself and stuff. Harry helps me. My mate Paul does the welding.
Right. So, I mean, is this still a steel shell then?
That's steel roof, rear quarters,
Right.
glass boot, glass doors, carbon fibre front from the late Dale. Running
Beauty.
15 by 14 rims, still running 295s, bit of a stretch, but they go on.
That's a 295. Oh, that's not a massive amount of tyre for a
No,
power plant like this.
We used to run 315s,
Yeah.
and then that tyre, Mickey Thompson ceased production. A few of us had quite a few of them left over, but because it was no longer available to everybody, The rule change was
Oh,
to,
the rotated out the
step
rule,
down
but
to
yeah,
the 295.
yeah.
All the carbon work is by Andy Robinson. The chassis itself was actually Luke Robinson sort of did it pretty much. It was his first start to finish chassis.
Right, okay. And what's it tanked to then? Is it
So,
just 6.0 or unlimited?
yeah.
Wow.
It's a 6.2 tag, I think,
Right, okay.
because of the weight. The weight comes
of
into it and
course,
everything.
Yeah. Steel body and whatnot.
Yeah. And plus all the street stuff.
Fantastic stuff. And yeah, you've been really starting to get to grips with it this year.
Yeah, we had the last meeting. We did a few PBs that weekend, but we ended up with a 742. Terminal is still 207.9, so just under 208.
Because everybody said your terminals are always.
Yeah, we ran a
6-7 terminals.
a 10.1 at 200.
Which, if nothing else, tells you how much this thing must pick up at the second half of the track.
Oh yeah, because of the 98 turbos, it's pretty much more back half than front half. But we've been struggling with launching because we typically been 140s, 150s, even 160s. But we have made some adjustments the last meeting on shocks through advice through Luke and some boost settings, and we're not where we want to be, but 126 has been a lot better than where we had been. Which helped us get into the final. We lost in the final to Almac, but I think I'm still excited over the semi-final win. So.
Of course, semi-final,
Yeah.
Mr. Bond, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
A great competitor.
Oh, definitely, yeah, and been the favourite for a long time now. So
No.
Seen it all now.
He's put all the work in.
Seen it all now. You're not recording, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're all right.
Yeah, no, in fairness to Andy, he's done all the testing and everything, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's not like he just gets in and turns up. He does a lot of work behind the scenes. So just have to
Definitely.
appreciate the effort.
So, I mean, there still must be a little margin left in this. It's not like you're at the ragged edge yet, is it?
No, we're running, let's say, £20 a boost. We can typically go to 40, so we've got 20 in reserve.
Wow. So you're just sort of stepping it up gradually as you go along.
Yeah, I mean, we're running £25 a boost, but it's taken me a while to get used to it, not to come off the throttle on launching. And because of half track, it was typically spinning up 150, 160 mile an hour. We were sort of light the tyres up, so we sort of decided to, regularly.
Must have been a clench of a moment, wasn't it?
It's not too bad when it spins and goes straight. So when it has a little wiggle, it's a little bit iffy. So we decided to come down, and a lot of that is because we weren't getting the car settled right when we're launching.
Right, okay.
We weren't getting the suspension to separate, and we're still not there yet, but we're making strides. Harry's done another little setting for this weekend, so hopefully we get qualifying tomorrow.
Well, right at the minute, things are looking a bit bleak, but yeah, that would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, because of course, for anybody who doesn't know, Street Eliminator, part of the rules are the cruise out normally on the Saturday evening, which hasn't happened this weekend. But this thing will drive on the street.
Yeah, we've done the previous
Everyone.
everyone. We've done every cruise
All
last year.
Doesn't mind, doesn't boil, doesn't get.
No, it's not the most comfortable thing to drive, but
It doesn't necessarily like when it's too hot.
yeah.
If the ambient's too hot.
Oh yeah.
No, we do the 20-mile cruise. We stop, put the 10 litres of regular pump fuel in, do the hot start. We've been fortunate so far. Everything's been good. Yeah. Oil temps were a little bit higher for one point, but we've now put an oil cooler on it, and we've keep making a few little mods here and there. But engine-wise, Noonan do a great job, and the package they helped me put together has worked pretty well.
So when you phone up these race engine people and say, "Oh yeah, I want it to be drivable on the street," does that throw them at all, or are they used to this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if they don't know you from Adam and you're ringing up and you say, "I want a 2,000 horsepower engine," blah blah blah. I guess they must get loads of those calls and they don't know who's serious, but they knew I was serious, and we spoke. I think I was the second Noonan water block that they produced, so we were an early customer.
Right. Okay. Also, they normally do solid or dry blocks.
They typically do the equivalent of a Brad for Pro Mod.
Right. Okay.
So there's quite like Andy Robinson. He runs Noonan heads. A lot of the stuff is from a Brad will fit onto a Noonan, but this
It's all interchangeable.
on the 4.8 blocks at least.
Yeah.
4.8 bore space.
Yeah, but the later ones are now like the bigger boys. They run 4.9 bore space.
Bloody hell. So not only powerful, it's a work of art as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
we
such a
take
good
pride
looking
in.
setup.
If I'm going to make a bracket, I'd rather spend another half an hour and make a nice bracket rather than So it takes time, plumbing, working things out, try and get things symmetrical, and what else?
Beautiful stuff.
IGN 1A reignition, fire core. They help sponsor me. They give me my spark plugs. I've been running them for, I don't know, 10, 12 years.
Who's that? Sorry, Firecore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had nothing, no problems at all. Always provided a spark.
Ooh.
Got a separate oil pump primer so I can prime it.
Okay. Good insurance, if nothing else.
I don't use it all the time, but if we haven't started it for 3 or 4 days, it's just easy to spin it and get some oil pressure up before we fire.
Right.
We run E85 at the track.
Yeah.
And back on regular pump fuel on the road.
Is it just a simple change of tune for that switch over?
It's a different tune, and we just drain the fuel. I've got a
Right.
quick release fitting at the back panel, and we just use the primer pump to pump out the fuel.
Stuff.
So,
And I mean, when it is all together, it is one of the best looking, well, I say best looking cars at the track, one of the best looking cars anywhere.
thank you.
It's a really, really well turned out machine. I mean, like I say, just across the way there is Carl Cox with his Pro Mod Cuda that's probably quite similar looking to this, isn't it?
Yeah, we actually took it round to see Carl on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
Because
good.
he blew it up on Friday, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, he dropped a couple of rods or 3 rods.
Because that would have been a good side-by-side photograph to have.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping for. He was a really nice guy. I'd never met him before, but he was really friendly, and it was good to meet some of the other guys and his crew members. So no, we just took it over there, let him have a little look, showed him what a real
Show
one
them
looks
how
like.
it's done, yeah.
And what a real one looks like. Hey, it's a shame for the event. I know it's rained off, but I'm sure he would have brought a lot of advertising and following from the people. That good exposure for the pod. And it will still happen, I'm sure, but it would have.
Yeah. Well, he's
Just a
leaving
shame,
the thing
really.
here, isn't he now?
Sorry?
He's leaving that car here.
Yeah. Well, I believe his engine is turning up tomorrow. His replacement engine is arriving tomorrow, assuming they can get in and everything.
Must be nice to have that sort of pull, eh?
Yeah, well, he did have the owner from Proline here with him, so that obviously helps pull a few strings.
Yeah. So this is absolutely gorgeous. And are you on currently the same sort of tune as you were last event 3 weeks ago, or have you?
We've had a little
stepped in
play because we had a bit of a disaster with the laptop the last event, but we managed to get all the programs out. No, we've played a little bit on the boost, and we're going to try the traction control. We're thinking about trying the traction control out, but depends. If we have a one-shot qualifier tomorrow, then I probably won't have it on.
Right. Okay.
We might just go back to what we ran.
I was going to say, if you've only got one shot at qualifying, you don't want to be learning something new right there. do you?
Yeah. So but hasn't changed since the last meeting, so it should. There was still more in the 740 run. So
Right. Okay.
I know there was still more in it. So
yeah. And what are you hoping for before you think it's right? That's
it's
the limit.
It's all about we want to do well in the class, but it's typically all about PBs.
Yeah.
We just want to do PBs, and
That's what I mean. What do you think it might get up to?
I'd like to think that we can get down into the 6s with with the likes of Mark Todd and Andy Bond. Yeah,
I should
I
think
think
that's
we're
well in reach.
capable of doing that.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Right, well, fingers crossed then for a dry day tomorrow.
Yep.
And so if you happen to watch the live feed from Sunday at Bug Jam, you never know, you might see this thing run. So thank you ever so much.
Thank
Mark
you.
Sheridan.
Thank
Good
you,
on you.
everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.